Day fashionistas, you are welcome back to my channel. I am Joy Ighodala, aka Joydala. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you some tips that you can use while making a beaded bubu. This is a bubu cow gown, and I'm going to be beading it front and back. So today's video, I just want to share with you some tips that you can use when making yours so that it can come out beautifully well. Okay, so the first thing that you do is to draft your bubu. Okay, you can draft it directly on your pattern. Now, the first tip I want to say is that when you cut out this middle part and you want to join it back to the main fabric, you just join it the way you join. You just pick two of them. That is, you pick the main fabric, then you pick the black together and stitch. So this is what I mean. This, for this middle, I'm just using this as an illustration. After you have cut it out, you pick the fabric, then the black you are adding to it, you place it on it like this. Okay, and then for it to be easy for you, you can actually iron the black. Okay, so the first tip is that the edges of the black, you iron it by folding it inside. That will give you the crease line. So you have the triangle crease line. Okay, and remember, it is a seam allowance that you are folding in. So once you have done that, then the next thing now will now be to now place it on the main fabric on the wrong side. So you place it on the wrong side like this. Okay, and then you stitch. I'll just use pins to hold this to just show us what I mean. So you stitch. So once you stitch, it will be like this. So the next thing now will now be to fold. Okay, remember that you already had your crease line after ironing. So what you do is just to fold it in. You fold it in twice so that you can understitch it. So you just fold it in to have a neat finishing. So once you fold it in, then you stitch. As you are stitching, the stitch will be showing in front. Okay, the stitches will be showing in front. I'm going to show you the inside of this bubu to show you how it looks like. It is going to be very, very neat, and it will aid your sewing. So I'll just turn this over. So this is what I mean. So you look at the inside. After folding it, you see, I folded it in, then I understitch. You see how neat it is. You see, very, very neat. And then by the time you stitch, when you are stitching, make sure that the stitch is reflecting this way on the satin so that it will not be too visible. Remember, we are going to bead on. Another tip I want to tell you in order for you to sew your kaftan wear is you just fold in the sleeve, but you will not join the side. And then before you start, you iron, because after beading you will not be able to iron. So you iron in front and back. Okay, and then another thing is that when you are beading, so that the beads will fall well, you can place it on the mannequin like this and bead. Okay, now for this project, I'm using glass beads. I'm going to be showing you the tools that I'm using for it. So this is the bead I'm using. Okay, what you call sand bead. So it's written on in glass beads. So this is the pack. So far I just measure with this into a bowl I can easily work with. Into a bowl I can easily work with. Okay, you want to put it in a bowl that your hand can easily go in with the needle. Okay, so you can measure so that at the end of the day you know how many you have used. In case of next project, then you know the quantity that is required. Then another thing I want to talk about is the beading needle. These are beading needles, but they are very, very tiny and fragile. They break easily. So you can use them, okay, if you can work with it. And you can also make use of a regular needle, okay, provided the needle can pass through the bead. So this is the one I'm using. I'm using this regular needle, this one, because it can easily pass through the beads. And this size is size 2, number 2. Another thing I want to talk about is the fishing line. The fishing line. If you look at this one, this is 0.25, and you see it is thin, okay, and this is 0.35. This is bigger than this, okay. So depending on the size of the beads that you are working with, depends on the size of the thread as well, okay. If you use this 0.35, the beads will not fall well, they will not relax well, okay. They won't relax very well. I'll just show you an example on a fabric that I made. So this is what I mean. You can use it, but it will not fall well, okay. So if you want it to fall very well, then use a tinier fishing line, so that the fishing line will just be like a thread. It's advisable that you go for fishing line, because fishing line are stronger than the regular thread. The regular thread can easily break. So for this project, I am using 0.25 fishing line. So after beading, you are going to have it like this. So you see the way it falls. You see it. You see the way it falls. So another tip I want to tell you when you are beading is that, first of all, the one you want to imitate, just screenshot it on your phone so that you see how it begins, and then you want to make sure that you are doing yours like that, okay. So we'll start from the neckline, okay. We'll start from here. Then it's advisable, or it is better for you to use a mannequin like this. So you place the fabric on the mannequin, but before you do that, because you have not joined this, you will take it to your ironing table. You fold it into 2, and then you iron this. You iron the shoulder line, so that there will be a crease line here that will show you where the shoulder is. So you iron it. That will serve as a guide, so that when you place your mannequin, when you place it on the mannequin, you will easily just see the shoulder. And then when you start beading, you start beading from the beginning, and then you just follow, make the bead to fall how you want it to go, and then you continue. Now another trick that you can use is that once you started beading from the neckline, if you have gotten to somewhere like this, you can come to the middle, okay, and just use your chalk and your ruler, to mark. Place your ruler on it like this. Make sure that your ruler is straight. Then you can just make a mark on it like this. So the interval you intend to bead, you just place the mark on that interval. Beading requires a lot of patience. For the back, I was using a spacing of 0.75, which is 3/4. For the front, especially the neckline area, I'm going to be using 0.25. So they are going to be very, very close. So if you are good with using your eyeball measurement, then you can use your eyeball measurement. So whatever you are going to use, whatever spacing you want to use for the front, just place your ruler on it like this. You mark it this way, 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 okay. And then you can, after marking, you can start from the down and then allow it to drop so that it will form like a curve, okay. You do that. Then you can also come this way and do the same thing, and later you fill in between. That way you will have a consistent curve. So another tip I want to tell you is that when you thread your needle, work with the length that you can, make it as long as you can work with, okay? And then you knot the ends like this. Then you cut the excess just close to the knot, okay? Now when you want to start beading, you start from the inside. Now remember the way that we made our sewing. Sorry. So when you want to place your, I want to just use this place as an example. When you want to place your thread, you place it in between so that it will not be showing. So in between, remember that we folded this place in. So that is where you are going to place your needle. This part that's folded in. So you just place your needle in between there like this. And make it come out on this other side. Then you pull out. Sorry. Let me do it again. I pulled on it too much. So make sure that the thread doesn't tangle. So you see, it's almost invisible. So that's why you should start from the inside. You see, it's almost invisible. You can't even see the fishing line anymore. So on this other side, where it came out from, you will now take it close to the edge. Just take your needle through it to come out at the edge. Like this. And then the next thing you want to do is to secure the thread, okay, so that the sewing the beads can fall well. Don't go like this. You kind of take it down like this. So if you are beading upward, you go like this, but if you are beading downward, then you can go like this, because that is how it will fall. Then you now secure the thread. You place your needle in, pick part of the fabric like this, then you bring it out. So just be careful so that your thread doesn't tangle. So you can use your hand to support it like this. See that knot is almost invisible. Then you repeat again and now knot it. You repeat it again. And then you knot. Just place the thread over it. Over it like this. And then you pull it out. That way you have secured the thread. Then you are good to go. So you can use your eyeball. Make sure that it's straight. Okay, so once you have gotten where you want to, so you can use a ruler and just make a mark on the other side. And put a ruler like this. Okay, and then create your mark on this side with your chalk. Okay, so that you will be ending well. And then the next thing is to feed the beads into the needle. So you have a bowl like this that your hand can easily go in. Remember, they are sound big, they are tiny, so you can just do something like this. So you will be able to trap some. Okay, then use your hands to, anyone that can pass through, just remove it. You know that that bead is blocked. You just continue like this. You see, like I said, beading requires a lot of patience, so just be patient. You just keep feeding in until you have the width. You can always check if it is okay. You see it? It will fall like this. So if you check the fall is too much, you can remove some beads. You see? Then when you want to secure this, that's why I say you should not join the sides yet, so that it will be easy for you to just hold your thread like this. Then you pinch very close to the edge of the satin and then into the fabric like this. You see? So the next thing, you knot it. You pinch it again and then you create a knot to secure it. So you can do that twice. So when you are doing it, make sure that you don't trap this side to it. Okay, make sure you don't trap it. Okay, so just be careful. This one I've trapped this, so make sure you don't trap. So make sure you don't trap. Okay, so that is how I'm going to continue. Now I'm going to show you something. I've cut my thread. Let me just thread it again and show you this next tip. So I'm just showing you again. So once you have the length that you want, so you take it, you just hold it like, make sure that it's not trapping the fabric. Then close to the satin, you pinch the edge, very edge, along with the main fabric like this. Then you secure it. You secure it. You see how the bead has fallen. So you can secure it twice. You see, it's not showing there. Now to sew the next line, okay, so like I said, you mark, just mark or use your eyeball measurements. Okay, you can just use your eyeball measurements or you use your ruler to create the second mark. Okay, then after you have done that, assuming this is the next mark here, that is 1/2 inch. Okay, So the next tip I want to show you is that the way you used to do hemming, that's how you are going to, you don't need to cut the thread on every line. So you just pick the thread, you pass the needle inside, the satin. So put it inside to come out where the mark is. So if you turn it, you see no needle is showing. So that way the fishing line will pass through inside. Okay, and then you bring it out where you want to start your next beading from. You see, this is very close to the edge, and then you want to you pinch from the main fabric like this. You pinch it downwards a bit like this. Like this. You see the thread is now facing down. Okay, then you can repeat again to secure it. After that, you start to feed in again. You feed in the beads, and then this time around, this one will be ending this way. It will end this way. So it's the same process. After it has ended, you can mark where the next one will be. Okay, you use your eyeball. Okay, and then you will not cut the thread. Instead, if you come out from here, instead you just pass it inside like this. The needle is not showing. So that is how you are going to continue till you have beaded everything. Beading requires a lot of patience and it is time consuming. So just take your time to do that. And by the time you are done, you are going to have a beautiful work like this. Okay, so I'll just show you the inside, what the inside looks like. You see, this is the inside. You see, no fishing line is showing because we hid it into those corners where we made the fold. So that is how to bead in a very professional way and neat way. So that is all for this video. I hope you find it helpful. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and like my videos, share my videos, and please leave comments below in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this tutorial. And if you are a newcomer on this channel and you are yet to subscribe, I think this is enough reason for you to subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel so that you can keep seeing more of these informative videos. Until next time when I come your way again, I remain Jodella, and before I forget, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Bye for now.